Welcome to the channel. My name is Matthias. Today we're going to talk about the character sheet of Super Saber. Now, before we get into the video itself, I have to mention that I had to re-record this because instead of saying Super Saber during the previous video, I called him Silver Saber during the whole thing. So here we go with take two with this forgotten speedster who was part of Freedom Force. Now, the whole gist of this character is that he was like this forgotten hero that had fought in the Second World War. He had two other comrades from that time, Crimson Commando and Stonewall. And all three characters sort of had fallen off the deep end and had started to do villainous things by the time they crossed paths with the X-Men in the 80s. But I'm getting ahead of myself, so first let's get into his powers and abilities. So his intelligence is normal, his strength is peak human. Now his running speed is subsonic. Now the cool thing about this character is that it's established here on the character sheet, and he does this quite a bit in the comics. When he snaps his fingers, he provokes sonic booms. His stamina is superhuman, durability enhanced human, agility athlete, reflexes superhuman. He has basic hand-to-hand combat training. Also, he can run fast enough that he can do this on water or scale walls. Also, due to his powers, he ages slower. Now, his first appearance was in Uncanny X-Men issues 215 to 216. With Crimson Commando and Stonewall, they kidnap a drug dealer and Storm. And they put both characters in this scenario where they have to hunt them down for sport. Obviously, Storm was not taking this sitting down, and in a confrontation that she has with Super Saber, I almost said Silver Saber, it's Super Saber. Storm defeats him and seemingly had killed him, but he does reappear after the story. In Uncanny X-Men issues 223 to 227. So, Saber and Commando and Stonewall all join Freedom Force. And they have this epic battle with the X-Men in Dallas, Texas, right before the X-Men were seemingly killed off by the adversary. That story is freaking awesome and actually starts a new era for the X-Men, the Australian era. In New Mutants issue 65, Freedom Force crosses paths with the titular team who had gone to Dallas to investigate what had happened with the X-Men. Then in X-Factor issues 30 to 31, Freedom Force has to deal with Cyclops and Jean Grey, where Scott Summers is trying to investigate and find out where is his son Nathan. In this story arc, Super Saber is actually defeated when he tried to battle Jean Grey. In New Mutants issue 78, Super Saber tries to apprehend Rusty Collins and things go south for him, and he's defeated by Skids. Then in New Mutants issues 88 and 89, Cable escapes government custody and Freedom Force is sent out to hunt him down. Obviously, what happens in the story is that Freedom Force gets defeated by the New Mutants who step in to rescue Cable. Then in Quasar 78, we have the Runner, who is like this cosmic elder, and he wants to establish this race to see who's the fastest person on Earth. Super Saber is one of the contestants, and the really cool thing about this story is that Flash from the DC universe, like, they don't call him Flash ever, but he's in the story and he's one of the racers. And then in New Mutants Annual 7, Freedom Force is sent to Iraq. They are sent in to rescue this physicist, and he actually ends up being killed in battle when Freedom Force has to deal with Desert Storm. And now the interesting thing is that after this story, Super Saber has never been brought back, or maybe once, possibly during the X-Necrosha story arc. I would have to double check because it was never established that he was a mutant. I remember clearly seeing Stonewall during that story arc, so it's possible that Super Saber too, but again, I'm not sure if he was a mutant. And the thing is that this character has been pretty much forgotten over the years. So we're going to leave this video here. I hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time. Bye.